What is up, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about Palantir. Over the past couple of weeks, Palantir has actually started to find a bottom, and it seems like we're holding here, even though the entire market itself has actually been going down recently. So we're going to go over Palantir. We're going to talk about this inverse head and shoulders pattern that we currently have setting up at this moment. And we're going to go over if I would be taking a position, and if I would, specifically what positions I would really be looking for at this time. I think that there are a couple of great ways to be trading Palantir and a lot of these higher premium stocks right now, but I think the only way to do that is to really focus on playing it safe. So we're going to go over some example positions, and we're going to actually talk about some ways that you could trade this in a safe manner. So hit the like button, subscribe, check out our Discord community down below. It's completely free. The link is in the description. You guys get access to free courses, free live streams, seminars, webinars, as well as a ton of other free content and an entire free education library. We are planning, and I believe we are at this point, to become the biggest and best free trading community out there. Not quite the biggest, but definitely the best at this moment. Hopefully by the end of 2022, we'll have about 20,000 members and we will be close to the biggest. So let's get into it now. Palantir is really not something that I've been trading recently, simply because at this very moment, I think that Palantir, in general, I should just state first, I don't like trading stocks that are in a downtrend, right? If we go back and we look at this big weekly chart here, which is something I do like to do fairly regularly, you can see that on the weekly chart, we were in an uptrend, but right now we're in a constant downtrend. If you look at how we're trading, stock has been in a constant downtrend basically since 2021. And we're trading down here at about $12 as of right now, $12.11 on the 25th of April. Now, if you look at how we're trading currently, you can see a pretty solid pattern forming here, which is going to be an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which you can see shoulder forming here, and then you can see a head forming here, and then once again, another shoulder forming right here. Now, of course, it's not going to end up looking pretty. It's pretty freaking janky at this point. Also, I wish I had a marker that I could actually draw with here. But at this moment, not looking too sexy, but still inverse head and shoulders forming here, which is not looking too bad. You can also see that the RSI on the weekly is actually starting to point up. We are a little sideways, but we're starting to curve up. On balance volume is starting to curve up as well. MACD histogram is crossed to the upside, which is a good sign. And looking at the daily chart here, you can see on the daily, same situation. RSI pointing up, MACD is trying to cross, but still we're not quite there, and the on-balance volume is trying to move back up as well. So same situation we have going on as NEO, which I'll talk about in another video today, but inverse head and shoulders looking pretty damn good at this point. Of course, there's still a ton of risk because the stock has done nothing but downtrend, right? That's the most important thing here to realize. Stock has done nothing but downtrend. And so at this very moment, it is going to be important to realize that. And if you're going to be taking a trade, which is something that I would recommend if you are, I'm not saying necessarily to take a trade, but if you're planning to take a trade, please realize that you want to use proper risk positions and sizing, because at this moment, you're trading against the grain. And when you're trading against the grain, you don't want to hit something super hard. So looking at this, inverse head and shoulders at a pretty damn good spot for an entry here. I think that basically if I were to be looking to trade this with straight up shares, let's go through. I would be looking to enter here. I would be looking to take profits up around 18, and I would be looking to set a stop loss probably around $10.72, because if you set a stop loss $10.72, you have a 4.5 RVR, which means you have a potential 50% return followed by a potential loss of 11%, which 11% loss is pretty damn high. But because that 50% return, even if you were to take this exact trade 5 times and you only made money 1 time, you're going to still be up, you're still going to be profitable, right? Because you'll be down 40%, but up 50% on the one trade if it were to work out that way, which I'm not always saying it is. But for me specifically, what I would be looking at with Palantir is either selling cash secured puts, which I think is probably your best way to be trading this right now. And what I would be looking at is selling some weeklies that are pretty damn far out of the money. Now, you're not going to make a ton of cash because you have to realize, number one, it's a cash secured put. Number two, you're going to be going damn far out of the money, which means that you're not going to be making a lot, but your chances of making money are going to be pretty damn high, which is how I'd be looking at it. So if we're trading at $12, I would really be looking to sell a cash secured put at 11, preferably at about 10.50. At $11, if you sell a cash secured put, you have to put up $1,000 But as long as it closes above $11 by this Friday, which you have an 84% chance of that happening, you will make $9 for every 1,000 you put up, which is obviously going to be about a 1% return, a little bit less than a 1% return, but still a 1% return each and every single week with an 85% chance of that happening. You'll average about a 40% return per year, which is not bad at all. Now, the other issue is that if it closes below your strike of $11, you'll end up getting stuck buying 100 shares of Palantir, which at the end of the day is really not that bad. You can always roll the position out, so you don't have to worry about that. If you want me to talk about rolling positions, please comment down below. Or what you can do is sell a 1050. So same situation, you sell a 1050, but instead you're making $4 on every 1,000 you put up, which is like less than 0.5% return. But instead of an 84% chance of profit, you're at a 91% chance of profit. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. My goal in the market right now currently is just to not lose money. Right? I've made about $90,000 in the past 4 months, and I don't want to lose any of that. So that's one of the best ways you can do it. If you want to be a little riskier and you don't want to go ahead and tie up $1,000 to make $10, it's still just like a Chick-fil-A sandwich. But if you don't want to do that, then what you can do is actually some put credit spreads. So if we're looking at Palantir right now, it's trading at 12. Let's say we don't think it's going to close below 11.50 by this Friday. What you could do is sell an 11.50 put, which you have a 75% chance of profit, so not as high as before. And then you can buy the put directly below it as an insurance policy. And in this instance here, you can see as long as we close above 11.50 by this Friday, you will make $10 for every $40 you put up. So you have a 75% chance of profitability with a 25% return on your investment. For every $40 you put up, you make $10. That's not bad at all. That's crazy. It's really, really good return. But the downside here is that if it closes below 11.50, which there is like a 25 to 30% chance of that happening, you're going to lose all the money you put up. You'll lose the $40. Now, you'll keep the $10, so you'll really lose a net of $30. So it is something important for you guys to realize. But for me, I think Palantir is looking pretty good. I am somebody who likes to stay on the conservative side of things, so I personally would be selling cash secured puts. But if you want to go put credit spreads, really not a bad idea either. Hope this video helps, guys. Thanks for all the support. Have a great day. Peace.